Now, secret lovers and children born outside of wedlock will not benefit from family wealth should proposed succession laws get approval from the National Assembly. The proposals by Homabay Town MP Peter Kaluma wants mistresses barred from family inheritance where a spouse passes on. Kaluma wants inheritance only limited to legally married husbands and wives and their legal children in his bill. The Succession Amendment Bill, Kaluma also wants husbands to automatically manage their wives' estates without having to prove dependence on their spouse. Samogina reports.
The Succession Amendment Bill 2019 seeks to reorganize family inheritance in the country.
Proposed amendment to the Law of Succession Act.
The bill by the Homabay Town MP seeking to redefine that only a spouse as defined under the Marriage Act qualifies for inheritance. A spouse here meaning a husband or wife or wives recognized under the Marriage Act. Translation, the MP wants estate to strictly be shared among husbands and wives legally married and their children.
You've seen cases where people die, especially men, and people who do not qualify to be spouses under the Marriage Act. While your wife, the widowed, is mourning you and burying you, the person who is not qualified at all, in fact, possibly a girlfriend who was infringing on your family, is busy petitioning in another court, elsewhere.
The bill defining a dependent as the spouse and children of the deceased, whether or not maintained by the deceased immediately prior to his death. Others who can benefit from the inheritance include the deceased parents, step-parents, grandparents, grandchildren, stepchildren, adopted children, brothers and sisters, half-brothers and sisters, as were being maintained by the deceased before their death. Kaluma further states that anyone not named in the bill shall not be a dependent unless the person proves maintenance by the deceased for a period of 2 years prior to the deceased's death. An avenue construed as blocking and locking out mistresses from claiming family estates upon the death of a spouse. Several mistresses and children sired out of wedlock have petitioned courts demanding to be enjoined in family inheritance.
My wife should not be mourning, and another one I was meeting in a retreat somewhere is in another court coming to disturb my wife after I'm dead. When I'm dead, leave me to die in peace. Let only my spouses.
Likewise, the bill seeks to have husbands to automatically inherit from their wives without going through a tedious court process to prove dependence on their spouse. Kaluma saying the current law was discriminatory to widowers. Samogina, Citizen TV,